and welcome to Mastermind. This week we have returned to Brighton and to the Dome Theatre and the Royal Pavilion Complex. Now, the exteriors of these buildings were inspired by the style of Mughal India, but within the pavilion is a riot of exuberant chinoiserie. The great variety of furniture and objects exhibits a taste for both antique and contemporary designs, for the Prince Regent, patron of all the arts, was an avid collector and connoisseur. In every room, the decoration, various, opulent, elegant and witty, is unique. But truly breathtaking in their lofty magnificence are the banqueting room and the music room, where sumptuousness knows no bounds. Dragons and serpents, lotus motifs, and rich gilding evoke the fabled splendors of the Kubla Khan's palace in Xanadu. It is little wonder that the prince, now George IV, confessed that he cried for joy when he saw the finished decoration. And so on to our four contenders, whose specialized subjects this evening are pop music, Court Vonnegut, tunnels and bridges, and spiders. So would the first contender please take the black chair? Your name, please?
Tim Footman.
Occupation?
Freelance editor.
And your chosen specialized subject?
British and American pop music, 1955 to 85.
Tim Footman, you have 2 minutes on British and American pop music within those dates, starting... Now, in 1955, which legendary blues singer helped launch Chuck Berry's career by introducing him to the boss of Chess Records?
Muddy Waters.
Correct. What was the title of Elvis Presley's first #1 in America?
Heartbreak Hotel.
Correct. In 1957, which television pop series was launched by the BBC with presenters Pete Murray and Joe Douglas?
6 Live Special.
Correct. Under what name did Ross Bagdasarian have a chart hit with Witch Doctor in 1958?
David Seville.
Correct. Who wrote Peter and Gordon's hit Woman as Bernard Webb and produced the single I'm the Urban Spaceman as Apollo C. Vermuth?
Paul McCartney.
Correct. What professional name taken from towns in Arkansas and Texas was adopted by the American rock and roller Harold Jenkins?
Conway Twitty.
Correct. In 1962, which British instrumental hit reached #1 in the United States on the Atco label?
Telstar by the Tornadoes.
No Stranger on the Shore. Which all-female American group recorded the song Boys and Baby It's You, which were later covered on the Beatles' first album?
The Cookies.
No, the Shirelles. Which band did Jimi Hendrix form with Billy Cox and Buddy Miles in 1969?
Band of Gypsies.
Correct. In 1967, which was The Who's first hit single on the Track Records label?
I Can See for Miles.
No Pictures of Lily. In 1967, in which film did Paul Jones play a messianic pop star and had the hit from it, I've Been a Bad, Bad Boy?
Privilege.
Correct. In 1970, with which song did Smokey Robinson have a #1 hit in Britain and America?
Tracks of My Tears.
No, Tears of a Clown. 2 disc jockeys had a hit with a parody of C.W. McCall's Convoy. One was Dave Lee Travis, who was the other?
Paul Burnett.
Correct. Which major vocal group sang backing on Stevie Wonder's hit You Haven't Done Nothin'?
Pass.
Barbra Streisand's Woman in Love, Diana Ross's Chain Reaction, and Dionne Warwick's Heartbreaker were all written by members of which group?
Bee Gees.
Correct. Which was ABBA's only single to reach #1 in the United States?
Dancing Queen.
Correct. Which 1980s musical produced the #1 hit I Know Him So Well? And you may answer.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
No, it was Chess. And at the end of that round, Tim Footman, you have scored 11 points. You passed on just the one. The major vocal group which sang backing on Stevie Wonder's hit You Haven't Done Nothing was the Jackson 5. Tim Footman, thank you very much. And our second contender, please. Your name, please?
Mike Watson.
Occupation?
Computer programmer.
And you've chosen specialized subject?
It's the life and works of Kurt Vonnegut.
Mike Watson, you have 2 minutes on the life and works of Court Vonnegut, starting... Now, what profession did Vonnegut's father and paternal grandfather share?
Architect.
Correct. In which novel does the substance Ice-9 appear?
Cat's Cradle.
Correct. What did Vonnegut study at Cornell University?
Chemistry.
Correct. In Dresden during the Second World War, what was made at the factory where Vonnegut was put to work as a POW?
Rosehip syrup.
It's malt syrup, I'll accept that. Which celebrated war diary provided the epigraph to Vonnegut's novel Galapagos? In spite of everything, I still believe people are really good at heart.
Anne Frank.
Correct. In Galapagos, how does Kazakh, Selina McIntosh's guide dog, die?
Pass.
In 1946 and 47, for which news bureau did Vonnegut work as a police reporter?
Chicago News Bureau.
Chicago City, correct. For what purpose did Vonnegut write in draft form fluctuations between good and evil in simple tales?
Pass.
The industrial complex at Ilium, in his book Player Piano, is based on Vonnegut's experience of which major American company?
General Electric.
Correct. Under what alternative title was Player Piano published by Bantam Press in 1954?
Pass.
In The Sirens of Titan, what name was given to the house on Titan, which was a flawless reproduction of the Taj Mahal?
Pass.
In The Sirens of Titan, what is the name of the new religion which Winston Niles Rumford persuades humanity to accept?
The Church of God, the Utterly Indifferent.
Correct. On which American president does Vonnegut base the character of Winston Niles Rumford?
Pass.
In which of Vonnegut's novels does the character Kilgore Trout first appear?
Pass.
Vonnegut often includes a second title for his novels. What's the supplementary title of God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater?
Pearls Before Swine.
Correct. In the short story Welcome to the Monkey House, how do the new birth control pills work?
They make you numb from the waist down.
Correct. In an interview reprinted in the preface to Fate's Worse Than Death, Vonnegut was asked which living person he most admired. What was his reply?
Nancy Reagan.
Correct. What's the name of the secret subversive society in Player Piano?
The Ghost Shirts.
Correct. And at the end of that round, Mike Watson, you have scored 12 points. You passed on 6. In Galapagos, Kazakh, Selina McIntosh's guide dog, is killed and eaten by members of the cannibal Kangabono tribe. The purpose for which Vonnegut wrote in draft form Fluctuations Between Good and Evil in Simple Tales was his proposal for his dissertation at the University of Chicago. And the alternative title with which Player Piano was published by Bantam Press in 1954 was Utopia 14. The name given to the house on Titan in The Sirens of Titan, which was a flawless reproduction of the Taj Mahal, was Dun Roman. The American president on whom Vonnegut based a character of Winston Niles Rumford was Franklin D. Roosevelt, and the character Kilgore Trout first appears in God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater. Mike Watson, thank you very much.